Okay. Now, 21 days. You stayed in France for a while.
Yes.
And then you came to Nigeria to do your NYC, right? So I'm guessing that is what inspired 21 days.
Exactly. That's actually what inspired it. Because before I came back to Nigeria, I had friends that used to speak about the NYC program and how much they did not like it or enjoy it, how they felt sick. There's one story after the other. So I said to myself that if I come for NYC, I would love to take something back and share to the others what exactly happens in the NYC. And to me, it was a wonderful experience. And I said to myself that why should I just let it go? Why not write about it and just keep it? Like when I remember NYC, when I open the book, I remember what happened in camp, and it's entertaining. So the book is not just to educate, it's also to entertain. So that's why it's the realistic fiction part. So everything about the NYC programs, structure, activities, dates, times, visitors, lectures are all real. But the main characters in the book, or all the characters and their stories, are fictional.
It was a brief rundown of 21 days. It tales from an NYC orientation camp.
Okay.
It's about
Olumachuku,
okay, who came back like you to Nigeria to do her NYC, and then what happened?
Okay, so it traces her steps from coming back. She's been out of Nigeria for a very long time, unlike me. So for a very long time. So Nigeria is kind of like new to her again. She's meeting a different period of time. So she comes back, she goes to Abuja. So the whole process of registering for foreign trained students is all there. She goes to Abuja, then she comes back to Lagos to collect her call-up letter, and then she goes to camp to experience 21 days. So, for her at the beginning of camp, it's still uncertain for her. She has regrets of coming back. And then along the line, she meets wonderful people in camp that, help her go through the experience. And then it ends magically. But I can't give that to you now.
Is that your story?
That's not my story.
No, are you sure?
I'm sure. Okay. Well, I would say as well that I think because it's based on experience as well, and it has to be real, things I've seen as well will be in the book, but it's fictionalized.
It was easy for you to set the scene.
Exactly.
For the story.
Yeah, to make it seem real, and not just to Lagos orientation camp. I did a lot of research, and I spoke to people as well that served in Lagos before, and then in other states like Abuja, Ogun State, Ekiti State as well. So and Jos, Plateau State as well. So I spoke to them and just tried to understand how the experience camp, what was like, and their most entertaining stories, and put them in the book as well.
You are in your 20s.
Yes.
You've written 5 novels.
Okay.
That's amazing. Amazing. How far do you want to go with writing? What's your plan?
Okay, my plan is to go as far as possible. So as the ideas come, I'll keep writing. So now I'm trying to slow down as opposed to publishing 3, 4, 5 books a year. So I'm taking it one step at a time, like 1 a year. Allow people the time to read, digest, the books, and then another one comes out the next year. So I think at least for the next, 10 years, I still have something to go for. Yeah.
Talking about promoting the reading culture, just mentioned now, are you encouraged by how people have Nigerians particularly, have responded to your books, especially young people? You just finished camp, NYC. Did you see a lot of them excited about your books, for example?
The few people that knew about the book were very excited. One, for the fact that they're part of the book, from the same batch as I am, so they're happy that they have something to take back with them. But the reading culture in Nigeria, I know that it's very low. I did that research before I came back, and I came back and I wanted to use this book to promote reading culture in Nigeria, and also promote this reading campaign that is 21 minutes.
21
minutes, exactly.
What does that mean?
It just means that every day you should dedicate 21 minutes to reading for fun and not just for academics. So you take a fun novel, any genre, and then you read 21 minutes every day, and then you see how you progress, and naturally you start reading more.
That's fascinating. 21 minutes.
Just 21 minutes a day.
But do that every
day. It's going to open them to learning as well, because when you read, you learn. Even reading for fun, you still learn things, because most of the things you find in fiction books are real life things but have been fictionalized. So you're open to a new world, new ideas, new learning process, imagination. Imagination is limitless. So if you have that possibility to open your mind to new things, then you develop yourself. So it's for personal growth as well.
And I mean, the first time you told me about this book, you know, remember I asked you how many pages?
I know, that was the first thing. And then I said 500.
And you said 500.
5 what?
I said 5 what?
And you said Nigerians will not read it, it's too much.
I mean, why did you write your other books? Your other novels are smaller. I can see the 11th Hour is just about 64 pages, which is average sized. But 21 days is like 480 pages. First of all, who sits down to write 480 pages?
I do.
And then, tell me about that. Tell me about the size of 21 days.
Okay, before I answer that, I'll go back to these ones. When I was writing these books, I used to be afraid of reading like voluminous books. So my mind has always been set to writing books that people can read in a stretch. Just, you know, read it once and that's it. When I was writing 21 days, there was a lot to tell. So I didn't want to limit myself and then just cut down on the stories just to maintain, because I said to myself that I will not go beyond a certain number of words. And I said to myself it was going to be 50. But then when I wrote 13 Suspects, it got to 70,000 words. So I was saying to myself that, okay, I won't go beyond 70,000 words now. So when I was getting to 150,000 words with this one, I was not trying to cut it down so it's not that bulky. But at the same time, I got to read Chiamanda's book.
Half of a Yellow Sun?
Yes, and I saw that.
Which is about...
It's actually bigger than this one.
Bigger than this, it's about 500 pages.
Yes, and if I was able to read that book in less than a week, I said to myself that I can read anything, and I can write anything. So I decided to take a challenge to write a full-length.
Did you read that book in a week?
I did less than a week.
Less than a week.
Yes.
So that inspired you.
Yes, it was very impressive, because normally I shy away from big books. So I was saying to myself that I hope there are not people like me out there who cannot read big books. But the few people that read it, they read it in less than a week too. So I was encouraged that people can actually read if they are focused and determined to read it.